everyone. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining me here tonight. We are going to continue on the Splendid Sampler 2. Here's the block that we're working on. It's an applique block, and we are going to sew down the pieces and add a little bit of embroidery to it. So thanks for joining me here tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners, and I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So thank you so much for coming. Let's get going. All right. Oh, and next week we will be starting the Embroidery of the Month. So you can grab the pattern for that yet. And we also have a big sale going on this weekend, you guys. We have a site-wide sale of 10% off right now, and then for today through Sunday, we're having an extra 40% off on our embroidery kits section. So that means you actually get it for like 50% off in that section, so be sure to check that out through the weekend, and then that's that. All right. Oh, sound is very faint. Okay, let's see. All right, I don't know. Let me know. Is that a little bit better, you guys, for sound? I know I'm having like weird sound issues here. I'm going to start sewing, and then you can let me know if it gets itself figured out here a little bit. Okay. Oh, it's perfect now. Okay, good. Good. Glad to hear. Okay. So let's go through these little bits here. So I'm gonna just sew along the edge exactly like how we did in the cuppa block here. So we just sewed right along the edge, and I think that is just the plan for tonight. This will take a little bit of time. There's actually kind of a lot to sew down here. But relaxing. It'll be nice. So I'm not back tacking or anything. I'm just going along the edge, and then we'll pull those threads through to the back. So I think I'm going to do all the same things first, meaning like I'll do all of these flowers first, and then I'll move on to that circle in the middle and the little leaves. But I'm hoping this goes pretty quick yet. I know we got a little bit of a late start here. In my head, I'd like to finish this tonight. There's some embroidery. We're gonna embroider the stems instead of using rickrack, because I don't have any rickrack. So someone had the idea last night that, I could do embroidery, and that seemed like a good plan. All right, so that's the first one. I think I'm gonna wait to tuck in all these ends till the end. Till I'm done with all of them as well. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do them now just so that they're out of the way. So what I'm meaning is I'm going to actually pull on the back sides a little bit so you can see the front loop pop up, and I'm gonna grab that loop so I can bring everything that was on the front to the back. So that's one of them. There we go. Ooh, this might be the same one. Let's see. Ooh, yeah, that might be the same one. There we go. That's the other one. So what this will do is I can tie them off now, and the front will look all nice and clean, as if the line just like continued on itself, I think. But yeah, if I would have waited to do this, I might have gotten these threads snarled all over the place. So we're just gonna do it now quick. snip them a little short. They're out of our way. So we'll do this with each one. This is my, I never used to do it this way, but I used to just like back tack, just so going forward and backwards at the beginning and end, but it made kind of a big like series of stitches. So you could tell for sure that that's where I started and stopped. Then this was a suggested way of doing it, pulling the threads to the back, and then now, yeah, I mean, man, can you even tell where I started and stopped? It's like magic. It's totally invisible. I think it's right like here, but you would never ever know, right? So that's what, I mean, it's futzy, you know, but dang, it's nice and clean on the front. So that's what we're doing here, and I'm going to do that for all these other ones as well as we go, I think. Oh, come on, guy. There. Had to think about it there, I think. I just keep my right hand up here to lift that presser foot for these curves. When the needle's down, just kind of scooching it just a hair, lifting up the foot so I can make the tight curves. Oh, thanks, Robin. Yeah, I'm loving how these colors turned out, for sure. Oh, that's a good idea. Amy says I usually tie one knot, then weave the ends into the backs of the stitches. I figured this doesn't have to be super duper secure. Well, I mean, I think my little knots will probably be good enough. But this will eventually have the batting and all the quilting and stuff too, so I think that'll hold it all together. All right, there we go. Getting a little bit of length here. All right, let's pull these to the back. So again, just pulling on the one. The other, there we go, our two loops. So let's pull those to the back here. All right, 1, 2, great. Gonna tie, I suppose I could tie them both together, huh? I could just grab them both. Well, this is silly. I should have known to do that. That's way easier. Just grab them both. I can only do that because they end at the same place. Sometimes, you know, a shape doesn't end at the same place, so I'd have to do them separately, but the same spots here. That works just fine with me, I think. All right, next up, I'm kind of starting on a straightaway here. I'm not starting on this little zigzaggy bit just because it's just so much easier to start and stop on a straight area, relatively straight. Bit of full concentration mode, I feel like. Getting through these little guys. close off the edge. All right, that's number 3. Ooh, there, got all of them all at once. Oops, not quite. There we go. Just picking 2 sides and 2 sides. Okay. One more on that guy. I like this one with just the leaves in. Ooh, close to the end there. My foot's getting away from me a little bit. This is where that needle down function would be nice, that some of the more modern machines have, where it always ends up in the down position unless you set it to not do that. And a lot of those new machines too, if you touch the pedal differently, like hit the pedal kind of backwards with your heel, or like if you have a knee guide or whatever, there's some other tricks to get the needle in the down position on those new machines. So it's handy going around curves, handy going around points. It's a nice function that I only get to use when I'm at my parents' house using Mom's machine. Alright. But I think about it at times like this. It'd be nice to go around these curves. Yay, flowers are done. Okay, moving on. So I think I might try and do all this at once, because then I only have to tie the one tie. So I think I might try and get that loop and then continue this circle, get this next leaf, continue the circle, get the next one, continue the circle, and get the next one. I don't know how well I'll be able to do that, but we're going to give it a go. The least amount of work I can do, meaning tying off those ends, the better. This kind of reminds me of quilting a little bit. All right, so I'm going to kind of stop right here. All right, and I think we'll just go around this leaf. Ooh, this is going to be a tight curve though, so I'm going to stay up here. My foot pedal seems super squeaky. Maybe I just never noticed it before, but when I'm doing all these little taps, I can hear it. Suppose it's time to oil and clean up this whole machine again. I know I keep saying that and I keep not doing it. I'll have to do it for real soon. Alright, so I'm kind of back in that hole where we started, I think. Good enough to continue my circle. next leaf. I think it's working. So here's what that first one looks like. I mean, you know, it would be a lot cleaner if I just did a nice circle around. I think it would, I mean, I think it's, you can tell a little bit that I stopped and started, but I think I'm just still gonna do it this way because then I can tie less knots on the back. I still think it looks okay. Ooh, that one was maybe a little too far. Yeah, I think that looks good. Good enough. It looks 95% good instead of like 80% good or 100%. It's, I think, a good 95. I can tell this needle has some glue gooped on it too, and that's from the Cuppa block and this block from that fusible web. Not able to read your comments as much. I'm peeking up every once in a while here. Oh, Glennis is saying I have good control over the speed. I'm literally just tapping it with my foot. I'm not even holding it down at all. All I can do is tap. Otherwise it'll run away for sure. And that took a while to get there with this machine too, because there's no, like I said, the needle down or anything fancy. So my foot's gonna work out. And I'm getting lucky to end up in the down position. That's why I have to tap it so much so it doesn't get go too far. And anytime oh, I think you guys can tell, I'm lifting up the presser foot just a little, like not all the way up, but just a titch, and I gotta make sure that I put it down again, because if I sew with it up, then I'm gonna get like a mess on the back, like the bobbin's gonna freak out, and so I gotta make sure that I let it go down before I start sewing again. That's a mistake you only make a few times. It depends on your machine too. I don't think this one gets the thread all crazy, the bobbin thread, as much as the 70s Kenmore does. That, if I would have left the presser foot up, that would have had a freak out for sure. All right, I think this totally worked, legitimately fine. I'm loving it. I mean, that's it. Okay, that made that seem so much faster. It made it seem like one piece instead of, 5 different pieces that we had to do. So I'm really happy about that. Oh, this is great. All I have left to do is the little embroidery. Oh, well, that zipped along. Seriously, doing that middle part all as one, that sped this thing up. All right, so I'll have to get some embroidery floss out. We'll take a look at it, and I'll show you the original again too with that rickrack, because the rickrack's really, really cute. Rickrack is like that wavy ribbon almost. Looks like a rounded zigzag. All right, the back is kind of cute too. All right, there we are. He's all sewn down. All right, I'm gonna zoom in a bit here for the embroidery. Okay, so there we can see everything is stitched down now. So the fusible would have probably kept it there for, years, but the sewing it down is what is the permanent hold. So here is the little rickrack pieces, and if you look real close, you can see it's that, wavy, fabric-y, decorative ribbon, I guess. So we're just connecting the tulips, basically, to that center area. So that's easy enough. And I can still actually see my fold lines just a little, because remember we folded this in half twice so we could place our tulips. So I think I can just follow those. I think I can see it just enough yet to do that. So let's get my little bin of my bin of floss out here. Ooh, I think I got some stuck in the zipper. That's no good. There we go. Okay, so what should we use? This immediately is kind of jumping out at me. This is that goldenrod color, just because I think it kind of blends. It's like the middle ground between this tan and the bright red or the pinky here. I think I'm just going to go with it. I kind of like it. Popped out at me, let's just go with it. All right, so I think we should do, I kind of want to do a little chain stitch. I like a chain stitch. So let's see, how should we do this though? I'm just thinking, how can I do this where I don't have to start and stop a zillion times? I suppose I can go across here and then jump and go here. And then I can weave in the back of the ends, and then I can jump from here to here. I think we're going to go like that. You can tell I don't like dealing with the ends. I want to just do it once. I want to map it all out so it's done well just once. All right. Ooh, and let's do the loop method too. So you know what? I think I'm going to pull 4 strands out of here. No, 2 strands, and we'll double them up to make 4. Oh, then I might not have done enough thread. So, oh well, we're going to do it this way anyway. So. There's 1 strand, because the loop method will be a great way to start on, well, not really with the chain stitch. Should we do the stem stitch instead? I'm not sure. Oh, I need a needle too. There we go, got that guy with a needle. I think we're going to do a chain stitch still, but I gotta, I might make a little starter stitch that will cover up with more stitches with, just so I can get my loop in here decent. So the loop method does not work well for stitches that you gotta go back in the same hole again. So I think I'm going to just make a little starter one. And you know what? I think I'm going to actually take a pencil and draw these lines on too. Once I start stitching, it's a little difficult to see. There, just this little bit will work. And I'm going to totally cover these up. So, okay, good. That feels a little bit better. All right. So I'm going to just make a tiny stitch here just so I can do my loop method of starting. And then we'll stitch over the top of this, and I don't think you'll be able to see it all that well. All right, so onto the back. We're doing the loop method, but instead of using just 1 strand that I folded in half, I'm doing 2 strands. So when I fold it in half, it's 4. ultimately, and I think that's just going to give it like a nice thickness to it. All right, now we're going to stitch for real. So I'm going to go back in the same hole, then come up along the line in the same motion. So we're doing that sewing method, which works pretty well when you're doing when you're without a hoop, like what we are there. So that covered up my starter stitch really well. I think that worked great. All right, and I think we're gonna get all of these in just like 3 stitches. I wanted to do this chain stitch because it's kind of a fat stitch, because you're getting 2 sides, so it's like double the amount of floss you're using, and it's got that loop, so that adds a little thickness too. So just to make up for not having that big fat rickrack, this seemed like a way to do it. All right, so get that last little anchor stitch. Fix that loop a little bit. All right, one thing I didn't think of is the direction of the loop. So I was gonna just jump across here and go to the top, and then I was gonna just like do that each time. So actually, every single other time I do this, my loops will be going in a different direction than this one, but I think maybe that's okay. I think who cares? But I think this is looking cute, so I'm going to just jump all the way to the top here. I'm hoping that because I have 2 pieces of fabric and a stabilizer here, or not a stabilizer, the fusible, that you won't be able to see my stitches, my stitch like jumping. Nah, I can kind of see it, can't I? I might go at a diagonal instead then. Like instead of going across, I might just go a little bit, like go in a circle, because then I don't think you'll see it as much. Let's try that again. Ooh, my ends are not meeting up. Let's trim that. There we go. Yeah, let's jump to here. Oh yeah, that's not nearly as noticeable. Good. Oh, and I think I pulled one of these guys to the front. Ooh. There we go. I'm gonna just get my fingers on there so hopefully another one doesn't come through. Alright. It's working. Can I weave through? Patty's wondering if I can weave through the sewing line. I don't think so. This is way too thick. All this floss, I think, to go through the sewing lines. But I think just this little leap across is gonna work. Ooh, I don't usually do 4 strands, and definitely not on quilting weight fabric. It's a little tough to pull through, which is why I stick to like my 2 strands and my 3 strands, and why I think 2 strands is recommended a lot for quilting weight fabric, because it is a little tough to pull through. All right, I'm just kind of weaving backwards a little bit, just to make this leap, the next leap, so I'm not leaping from here, where you can see it a little bit more. I'm going to just leap around this corner again. Ooh, I hope we have enough floss for this. It's going to be close. I think this is looking super cute, though. I'm glad we went with embroidery, and this color, I think, is looking nice, too. Sweet little chain stitchy loops. My favorite. One of my favorites. I do like it, though. Nice little chain stitch. So I'm trying not to pull too tight because I'm not in a hoop right now. So if I pull too tight, it might scrunch up the fabric. So I'm trying to be aware of that as I stitch. Oh, thanks, Sylvia. Thanks, Colleen. All right, one last little bleep over to here. There we go. I'm glad I drew those little pencil lines on. That was helpful. Oh, oops! I forgot to weave down my stitches a little bit. I'm going to redo that so you can't see that big jump. There we go. Let's try again. Alright, gonna be cutting it close with this thread. The chain stitch does take up a lot of floss. You guys, this is going a whole lot faster than I thought. I think we're gonna just have an early Friday night. I know we had a late Friday night too. I came in a little bit late, but we are gonna get this guy done. We can take a look at, so now I think I have enough to make another block of 4 too. So we'll have to look at what other blocks I have done right now. I'll have to grab those. I think we might have one more than what we need. There we go. Cute! Alright, let's weave in that end, and we are done. Yeah, man, that sewing went so much faster than I thought, because I'm like, we're going to have to do 4 of these and 4 of these and that circle. But man, combining that circle with the leaves in the same like pass, I think that was the win for the night, doing it that way. All right, let's trim off this extra, and we have a finished Dutch Treat Block. Oop, let's get the little goose upward. Yay! Everything's attached. We got that cute embroidery on there. Ugh, I am satisfied with that. I think that looks pretty cute. All right, I'm gonna grab my bin here. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay, we have 2 finished blocks in here. So that means I think we're up to, what, 5 finished blocks here? So that's enough to do another group of 4. And that's what we've been sewing together for our free motion quilting quilt as you go session. Ugh, look how cute they are. Oh, I love this little pop of color here, and then we got this one too. So we got 5 going on here. Yeah, so we could do a whole nother one. I kind of like it just like this. So I don't know, we might have to do another one of those next time. Otherwise, let's take a peek on what the next block might be. All right, so we can cross out Dutch Treat. Ooh, first aid, I think I know what that one is. So the next one down on my list, these are crossed off, I just haven't like highlighted them because I don't have a highlighter near me. But the next one is first aid. So that's on page 7. Gosh, there's so many unchecked ones still. 7. Oh, these guys can go back in the back. Oh, sheesh, 7 is way up here. Ooh, okay, I'm surprised we didn't do this one yet. So this is our, in theory, our next one. So this one is quite the pieced one. So lots of little bits that we'll cut, a lot of piecing. Ooh, this is kind of fun, this little mini border thing that it's got going on there. That's cute. Okay, I don't think I've done that before. That's clever. I like that. So, all right, some strips with the squares on the end, and that's going to finish it up. Fun! All right, I'm excited. So that'll be our next block. I actually really like these colors in here with these stripings. I don't know if I have anything like that with the stripes, but that would be kind of fun. Cool, so first aid will most likely be our next block, but that won't be till next month, because that will be the next time we work on this. So, all right, you guys, I think we are going to call it like an early evening here. All right, so that went so much faster and smoother than I thought it would. I mean, because it is kind of a lot of sewing, or it looks like a lot of sewing because there's a lot of surface area to cover. But yeah, doing that center area all at once, whew, that felt good. That felt like a little like secret something doing it like that. All right, so that's great. So we finished 3 blocks this week. We got this guy and the Cuppa one. We did those ones from scratch this week, and then we finished up this one here this week as well. So 3 finished blocks in a week. Not bad at all. I'm loving it. All right, you guys, so next week we are stitching the butterfly, and that'll be fun. We're using that whipped back stitch, which we have not done here. I demoed it just like once, but this whole entire piece is primarily the whipped back stitch, and then a blanket stitch. So this black is a blanket stitch around the edge, and that's going to be just like a fun way to do that. So, all right. Well, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. It was nice. Thanks for popping back on. I know we had those difficulties at the beginning here, so I'm glad that worked out. Just checking to see if you guys have any questions or anything. All right, so I think we're good to go, everyone. So have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you on Monday for some embroidery. Good evening.